6 minutes. So because there's two of you, because there's two of you, after each of you, Garfield will jump in after each of you speak. So Garfield, over to you.
It went Basie, they turn.
All right. Let me share my screen real quick, and let me just deal with this real quickly. And by the way, to Dr. Ben, you're misusing Dr. Ben very wisely. And because he's black, I must accept Dr. Ben 100%. And I'm going to show you something. 70 AD and 1 million Jews in West Africa. I want everybody to look on the screen, and I want the same 6 minutes that he got. All right? Now, this is what Roman Empire looked like. This is Mauritania, which is now Morocco, Namibia, Africa, which is Tunisia, Cyrenaica, Egypt, and parts of Sudan. This is where the Roman Empire control, all the way up to where Germany is, Greece, whatever.
Hold that. This guy say all the way up there where Germany is and where Greece, brother, that's not Germany. Brother, Germany is to the west, bro. You're silly. You don't know history. You don't know geography. You don't know nothing. But you constantly want to argue with intelligent Israelites. This shit is crazy, dog.
Right? Now, this is from the only person who lived in the time period of 70 AD and was a historian was actually Josephus. There was no other historian alive at the time that documented this who lived during the time of the war.
That's a lie.
So as far as a primary source, he's the best guy for the job. He talks about...
That is a lie, brothers and sisters. He said that there was nobody alive at the time in 70 AD? That's crazy. Or was he saying that there was nobody alive at the time to give an account of the Roman-Jewish wars? That is a lie, and that's crazy. This man don't know history. He don't know geography. He doesn't know about black people. He doesn't know about religion. But he's sitting up here pushing all of this hatred for black Jews. This is crazy. Is there any other references for the Roman-Jewish wars other than Flavius Josephus? And the AI answer is yes. There are other references to the Roman-Jewish wars, including the Gospel of Mark and the Diaspora Revolt. The Gospel of Mark references the Roman-Jewish wars of 66 to 70 AD, and the Diaspora Revolt, an ethno-religious conflict, which is a racial religious conflict that took place from 115 to 117 CE. This revolt includes the Kitos War, which was fought in Judea. Being that it's an ethno-religious conflict, this was a racial religious conflict of two people that were of two different races and two different religions. And we see that of the Bar Kokhba revolt, which took place in Cyrenaica, North Africa, the third and final conflict of the Jewish wars, which took place in 32 to 36 CE in North Africa. We see the Jews running to Africa, to the land of the blacks, and we know that the Romans were white. You can't deny the fact that the Diaspora Revolt was an ethno-religious conflict, which is a racial religious conflict fought between two different races and two different religious people.
How many people were actually taken? He actually said, look how many people died. The whole siege was 1,100,000, which is 1.1 million. This is where this whole 1 million thing started from.
In Africa.
97,000 were taken to Cyrene.
Africa.
This is Roman province of Judea, because it included Idumea at the time, and it included all the way up to Galilee. So it wasn't the ancient Judah that we know about in the Bible. Judea was somewhere much larger. Roman Judea. Now this is the source. The Jewish revolts against Rome, AD 135. And this is my white lens. James J. Bloom, he's the author, the scholar. He talks about the Masada. They committed a suicide in 73 AD. The Jews rather kill themselves than be slaves to the Romans, right? Now, they committed suicide. I'm not even going to read everything here. Y'all could screenshot this when it's shown and everything, all right? But the issue now is the Sicarii who committed suicide. They went to Cyrene where these 97,000 were. Remember the 97,000 right here? They went to Cyrene, and the people, the Jews, snitched on them. Because why did they snitch on them? Because they wanted to do another revolt right after the 70 AD war. So Jews, whether they were black or white, I don't care. I'm going to use the term Jews.
You do care.
For the record. Because they're Judeans.
Blacks.
Now let's look at how difficult it is to go across the Sahara Desert. This is the Sahara Desert, and for those who don't know, over 18,000 people in the last 6 years have been missing or killed in the Sahara Desert. This right here is one of the most difficult places to cross. Human beings today who have cars and equipment can't even do it. So how did these Africans go into whatever and do what? You know what?
Another lie, people. He talking about people today in cars cannot go across the Sahara Desert. He make it like it's impossible. They had the sub-Saharan slave trade where they always have had Saharan trade routes, okay? And today cars do go through the Saharan Desert. It is not impossible, and it's not hard. Hold on, people. Do cars travel through the Sahara Desert today? Yes, cars can travel through the Sahara Desert today, primarily using the Trans-Sahara Highway, which runs through Algeria, Nigeria, allowing for vehicular travel across significant parts of the desert. However, it is important to note that driving in the desert requires specialized vehicles and careful planning due to harsh conditions and often unpaved terrain. He said that today, that can't nobody cross through North Africa, that is difficult, that is hard, that it can't happen. And he talks like, he asking like, how could these people get through the Sahara when they had slave trades and when they had trading routes? The key points about driving in the Sahara: Trans-Sahara Highway, the main route for car travel through the Sahara. Specialized vehicles: most travelers use robust 4x4 vehicles to navigate the desert sands. Guided tours: due to challenging conditions, most people opt for guided tours with experienced desert drivers. Border crossing: crossing the Sahara by car requires navigating multiple border checkpoints between countries. Safety concerns: political stability in certain regions can affect travel safety. Sup?
According to Wikipedia, these include routes such as the ones from Tripoli Ghadames Got Hagar Gal connecting modern-day Libya to Nigeria, the Tripoli Fazan Bornu route, connecting Libya to areas of what are today Chad, Niger, and Cameroon, and the east-west route connecting Egypt to Ghana, Mali, and Songhai.
People have been traveling through the Sahara Desert for thousands of years, with evidence suggesting that early humans crossed the region when it was much wetter and greener, potentially as far back as the end of the last glacial period, which is around 10,000 years ago. However, the most significant trans-Saharan trade routes using camel became prominent around the 3rd century CE, facilitating travel routes the desert through caravan long oasis locations. The 3rd century AD, the 3rd century CE. The brother sat up there and said that they didn't even have domesticated camels at that time. That is a lie. They've been having domesticated camels going through the Sahara since the 3rd century CE.